Meeting to order. This is a meeting for Greater Peoria Mass Transit District, and we're at 2105 Northeast Jefferson Avenue, Peoria, Illinois, 61603, and we will have roll call.
Okay. Trustee Wortham?
Present.
Trustee Ahart?
Present.
Trustee Lee? Trustee McBride? Trustee McBride?
I said present.
Okay. I heard too much laughing.
I was laughing.
And
Trustee Bell?
now,
All right.
who does the pledge for us? Nick? You want to have the pleasure of doing
I
that?
sure will.
Okay.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay. You all received the minutes for May 3rd, 2021. What is your pleasure?
Jennifer Lee moves approval.
Second.
So it's been moved in second that the minutes be approved. We don't have to have a roll call on this, right? All in favor?
Aye.
Those opposed? Thank you. The minutes are approved. Do we have any written communication?
We've got one tonight.
Okay.
This is from a Barbara Shiverdecker. Anyway, she's writing in cursive, so. Today, as I was heading home from the doctor's, I was on Glen Avenue heading toward Sheridan. I was stopped for the light at the entrance of the Metro Center when I noticed a very elderly gentleman being escorted across the street by one of your bus drivers. The bus was heading from Sheridan toward University and was somewhere between 11:30 and 11:40. They were just a little past the middle of the road when the light turned green. Your driver put his hand up asking for us to wait for them to make it to the other side. There was no way this gentleman would have made it safely across the street without the help of the bus driver. Fortunately, I was in the right hand with no intention of moving until I was sure they were on the sidewalk. As a senior citizen myself, I was so struck by his kindness, so often thinking that the seniors are just a bother. She goes on to say she didn't know who it was. When we found out it was Dave Hierman. So we did congratulate him.
Okay.
Then also in the writers, the monthly guide, there was another one about a driver that would save a cat or a dog. So pulled it out of the traffic. So
Okay.
they've been busy doing that. So that's all I have.
Okay, thank you. Any reports from officers? Okay. Reports from standing committees. Okay, the report of the general manager, please.
All right. Just a few things. We did get the ridership straightened out. So on this month's report, it's been updated, and so it should be fairly accurate. We did some best guess on some of it because the fare boxes and the new AVL system weren't playing nice. But I noticed this last month we were back to where we should just about be. So hopefully moving forward, everything will be accurate.
Okay.
So a couple things I wanted to also mention. Tri-County and PUATS have merged, or they at least got rid of PUATS, and so now everything's under the Tri-County board. Sharon will still be our representative to that board, though.
Yeah.
Emily Watson was the recipient of an award from the Public Relations Association of Central Illinois. She was awarded the PR Professional of the Year for 2021. So congratulations to Emily on that.
Congratulations.
And then we also finished up our triennial DBE goals. It was finally approved by the FTA. It'll be 9% for the next 3 years, which that is a goal. So if we do better, that'll be great. And I hopefully with this building project, we can.
And when do we have another annual review?
We were supposed to do one this year, but I've heard they pushed them back a year due to COVID, so we'll probably likely do one in the fall of 2022.
Okay.
So, and then on a personal note, I will be out of the office the rest of the week. I have to go to South Carolina to inspect the new Proterra buses.
That's rough.
So
You have to.
That's
I have to.
That's
They
We
made
will
me
go
go.
for you, but
Right.
you can go.
I'll go.
Okay.
Who said so?
Where in South Carolina?
Pardon me?
Where?
Greenville. Yeah.
Very
So-
nice.
And then I'll be taking a couple days vacation next week, Thursday, Friday, so.
Hey, Doug, we wanted to remind you, you might want to tell the board about Jason and Rish, pull the guy out of the cab of the,
Oh, that's right. So then, our safety officer and our assistant
General
foreman,
No, our general foreman.
general foreman.
general foreman. So they're coming home from OSHA training on, a couple weeks ago on a Friday. And a semi hit a box truck and overturned in the median. And they were first on the scene, and so they pulled the driver out of the semi. So, yeah.
Good. We should have that safety
Yeah.
banquet again. We have a lot to do. Very good, thank you.
Will those be written up in the newsletter?
I have a question.
I think so, yeah. we can do it.
Good, I think that should be.
Yeah.
I seen I have a question.
Yes,
For Doug.
yes.
You said well, it's under procurement, but working with the state for real estate concurrence for the property on Van Buren, what does that mean?
We still have 3 properties over there that we're trying to purchase. And I've got a tentative agreement on one, but we've got a grant from the state of Illinois to purchase those, and then demolish those last 3 houses that we're trying to get. So for the new, it'll actually be parking lot. when we get that one.
Wow.
So,
Okay, thanks.
I have a question for Nick. Doug reported the 9% goal. Who's going to be monitoring or tracking our DE performance?
I will, Jamie will, and our, since a lot of it's gonna happen with our construction, that's also gonna help track all that.
Okay, and we'll hear
We'll
about
keep you
that.
apprised too.
Please, that would be great. Thank you.
And Trans Dev, General Manager. Ms. Angel,
She here?
yes.
Kirsten?
Yes. Thank you, trustees and Madam Chair. This month, as you'll see, you have our report in front of you. I'm very happy to say we are working out the bugs in our software. We've definitely noticed some issues during implementation that we are finally able to get a grasp on. Jason's been helping us work with people through some of that. We're very happy to report that our on-time performance is steadily increasing. As you well know, the first part of the year was not pleasant for us, or especially for our passengers. Right now, we are hovering around 90%, not quite to the 95 where our goal is, but we are getting closer every day. We are actively recruiting, which has helped tremendously. We have some really good new drivers that have come on board over the past month and a half. Really excited about them. We have 3 more that are in training right now. They should graduate on Thursday, so they will be on the road on Friday as well. Along with that, just as a frame of reference, I guess, if you will, we're still at about 50% of our ridership and our revenue hours from pre-COVID times. However, we are up 114% in ridership just from this time last year. And then 40% since February alone. February was probably our most challenging month for service quality and expectations. But I feel that we are making some great strides. Our employees are very, very dedicated. They take this service very, very personally and to heart. So they are really working with me to work the extra hours, do the extra training, and just really putting themselves out there to take care of our customers. I'm very, very proud of all of them. I want to thank CityLink for allowing us to do a little pop-up job fair a few weeks ago down at the transit center. We were down there for several hours. It wasn't as busy as we had hoped it would be during that time. Next time we'll probably do it during more peak hours, but we did net 3 really good quality candidates from that, one of which starts training on Monday. So happy about that. And other than that, it's just moving right along. Again, we Our productivity continues to increase, ridership continues to increase. We did have one vehicle accident. It was a very small minor incident, actually. We tapped a mirror with a mailbox, no damage at all, but we still consider it an accident and something to improve upon. And our county link service, we actually are a little bit better on our OT, our on-time performance on county link, about 93%. And the productivity, again, is continuing to increase on that as well. There are more and more county riders that are coming online. Again, now that the vaccinations, and I've been fully vaccinated, we're pushing that. And as that's happening, we're seeing that ridership increase and people wanting to get out and about.
Any questions?
I really like this, everything being on one page.
Yes, thank you. I'm glad you like that better.
Yes, I do.
You're kind of repeating the same things over and over. again.
Exactly, exactly.
Well, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Any public comments?
None, Madam Chair.
Okay, well, we have the new business now, and I think Ms. Christine Payne has the next two items,
We
right?
have to open the,
Oh, yeah, we have to have a public meeting, right?
Yeah.
Okay. We're now open for public meeting on finances, right, for the next year. Okay, all in favor? No, we gotta have a motion, don't we?
Yeah.
So moved.
Do we
Second,
have, do we have to first close, do we have to first close this one and then open that one?
yeah. Is there any comment or concern from the fiscal year 2022 budget? We post public notice to the June start.
okay, before we do that, they want us to close the meeting and reopen, okay?
Okay.
Okay, I will now take a motion to close the meeting for the public meeting. Hearing,
I move.
okay, second, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay, so the public meeting is closed, so we can have our hearing. So we need a motion to open up for a hearing for finances,
So
right?
moved. Second.
Okay, we got a motion and a second, all in favor?
Aye.
All right, okay, we may proceed.
Is there a microphone over there?
Nope.
I don't think so, no.
I think so.
It's awfully hard to hear.
You can hear.
Speak up, Miss Christine, sorry.
All right, I will.
Use your outside voice.
Thank you.
All right, I'm gonna step through and do some kind of presentation in front of you. You probably have a package for that.
Christine, just a second. I was wondering, because it's difficult for the ones on that end, can we move the podium?
Oh, sure,
Forward a
sure.
little bit.
Maybe I can move over there.
Move it back to where we had.
I know you just moved it over there. I know you do.
That's where we have it.
Okay.
Hey, Art, somebody loves you.
That's a good.
Oh,
Here?
Yes, and directed that way.
Okay.
All right.
All right, in this year, for the fiscal year 2022, we have an overall appropriation, $60,667,000 for the operating budget and also capital budget. Overall, we have an increase of 54% in the operating portion. We in the fiscal year 2021, we have a $32.75 million compared with this year we proposed for the $35 million. So we have an increase about 7%. However, we have a big increase in our capital project, and the expenditure will increase almost 282%. Later, our general manager will present more detail regarding our capital project for this fiscal year 2022. We just like a nationwide, every government entity, we face some kind of budget shortfall. However, we are very lucky because the FTA provide us a lot of grant to assist us our operating expense, such as CARE Act. We have a 10.2 million CRISA, we have a 6.4 million. American Rescue Fund, we receive 10.6.
As usual, we always have to work with FTA, state, and also Peoria County for the coming year. This is our current board trustee.
Somebody doesn't go back a minute, somebody doesn't change his picture. That was 16 years ago, right?
Okay,
Okay.
still look young.
I'm an age to bed.
I know.
We, as a district, we are actually a regional leader in provide our transportation service. Our vision in the following five area. One is we pursue our excellence. We believe excellence and never ending journey to exceed any kind of expectation for the individual and also as an organization. Next one, we have based on our project this year, we propose for a capital project. We focus on our innovation. I believe the IT and this time we have a facility maintenance. They have a lot of great idea, merge with this direction. Also, we exercise respect. We do know, we want to get job done, and also we treat each other with respect. We get a job well done, no matter what kind of job we have. To meet our goal, we depends on all our employee integrity and knowledge and skill. And also the number 4 is safety. Safety is our number 1 priority. District right now focus a lot on safety training. So we not only safeguard our district employee and also try to take care with our passenger. The last one is accountability. We bring a high degree of integrity, and we believe, we have commitment to our community to provide this kind of service with highest level of integrity, transparency, and accountability. Our district have a plan for our operation. We try to maximize our value, provide our customer service and our taxpayer. And we want to make sure, we have a stable funding to do the ongoing operation. We try to identify new funding very aggressive to make sure we have enough funding to cover all our project, either capital or in our operation side. Such as this year, we believe, we get a lot of funding for the $25 million capital project. Majority is from the state. State provide us a rebuild grant. Our district, no matter it's a grant manager, procurement person, project manager, and our maintenance, we try our very best. People work as a team, pursue a lot of funding to support all our projects. And we want to make sure, our rider, have a clean and also reliable bus. And we identify some kind of opportunity for new improved service, such as we have a COA study ready. I'm pretty sure Doug mentioned about it. We're going to have a new fiscal year. We're going to implement the change. And next one is our financial goal. We want to make sure we utilize our taxpayers' money to get a maximum value. And in our district, our financial goal is we want to operate under the balanced budget, and also we want to safeguard and maximum the resource. A lot of capital project, as I mentioned, we probably have a dimension a little bit more in later. And current situation, our district have a lot of strengths. The 2 key financial strengths is we have very solid financial. We don't have to borrow from the outside party. That's good for us. And also, we with our strong internal control, I'm so proud to say that so far we don't have any kind of evidence of fraud or any kind of mismanagement. Also, I want to mention about that our district have a really good a good record of the clean audit. meaning district auditor come over here, the result is really good for the financial audit. These are current for our organization chart. There's only one area we make a slight change with our paratransit manager, that position. We feel like it's better to merge this including in our operation department. Therefore, we create one position to replace paratransit manager. It will call the assistant director of operation. That position will oversee the paratransit operation in general. This slide mentioned about our fiscal year ridership report. This year, if you look at 2021, because of COVID-19, our ridership decreased significantly. It seems like only compared with 2016, 3.4 million ridership, it's almost decreased 50%. All right. This one is a show, due to COVID-19 this year, for the fiscal year 2021, our average for the cost per hours increased a lot because the service hour, I believe we, in the first 6 months of fiscal 2021, we shortened some kind of service hours that, and our expenses stay the same. Therefore, and per hour, cost per hour increase from the $145 to the $173. And the bottom one, we can look at that cost per passenger in the past. In regular, we kind of look at it around $10, 9.86. However, this year, because the riderships decreased so much, so our cost per passenger right now is, we estimate is will be $15.31. This one is kind of have a graph to mention about what's the portion of our consolidated fiscal year 2022 budget. In this area, labor is 29%, fringe benefit 30%. Fringe benefit is still the high area. Even we have some kind of retiree insurance plan change. However, we are not going to be able to see it right away. The cut down the benefit, fringe benefit. Service costs, we have increased because we have a new contract with the paratransit service with the Transdeck right now, and they combine with the Peoria County rural and urban with our city lit. So the contract cost is a little bit higher than in the past. Overall change increase of 22%. No, actually, the service cost is about 22% of our overall budget. Material supplies slightly change increase with the fuel, we project that, and then also the part material probably will increase as well. Miscellaneous stayed almost the same, not increase that much. However, the next one, casualty and liability, because we have we joined the risk pool with the Champaign, Rhode Island, and Mass Transit District. This year, because for different type of reason, our insurance premium and also loss fund reserve we increased a lot. Contingency, as usual, we just budget for the 1% of our overall budget. This slide kind of show you the comparison compare with last year and this year, the budget difference. Labor, we increased 5.6% because maintenance, we added 3 employees, 1 janitor and 2 utility person in order to do some kind of deep cleaning due to the COVID-19. And we believe, for the coming year, the overtime probably is going up as well. Fringe benefit increased 2.5%, not that much. However, some of the proportion based on your salary increase, your benefit will increase as well. Service costs, again, this is because of paratransit service new contract, material, the same, miscellaneous, and the bottom one, Even the casualty, we only increase over in dollar term at only $250,000. However, percentage is looks big. This is just some kind of graph to do the comparison with 1 year and the other year. And this one is, I already mentioned about that with the previous slides, for the change, for the reason, the factor in impact our operating expense for this year. So the key point for the fiscal year 2022 operating budget, we don't have any kind of deficit foreseen in the fiscal year 2022, and we don't plan to have any kind of increase for our fare. The last one is we kind of have some kind of implementation plan for the COA, meaning comprehensive operation analysis in the 2022. This is the kind of history for our operating expense. It seems like since 2016, we slightly increase every single year. And this is the kind of this graph to show what proportion increase the most of this fringe benefit. With that, next one, Doc, would you like to mention about some kind of capital project?
All right. Okay, this year our capital projects are going to be very interesting. And there it is to start it off. This is our conceptual drawing of the new admin maintenance facility. It's going to be located right behind us. It'll be added on to our existing structure that houses buses. The bus wash will stay, and then from there over will probably be demoed, and then this new facility will go in. We don't have pictured phase 1, which sometimes is called phase A, which is sometimes called the body shop and paint booth.
That's what I'm gonna call it tonight.
So that'll be later on the agenda, but that's gonna be our first phase, well, our next phase of the project. Start building that. Federal funding 5339B and some state money will be on that. The remainder of the project will either be Rebuild Illinois grant money, some 5339B money, and some 5307 to round out the project. So once we get the paint booth, body shop area built, that's when they'll start demoing. That's when they'll start the construction of the new facility. There'll be some work done out here on the parking lot. Hopefully, we'll purchase the remainder of these houses. There's 3 of them out here yet. And then that'll all be graded, and that'll be the parking lot up at the top. So we'll have a entry level into the second level, and then you'll go up to admin. Second level will be operations, and then the lower level will all be maintenance. So I think we've got targeted July 29th as a date for a board meeting, a special board meeting to really go over the project. And this way get your buy-in and see what you think of it so far. So there'll be more detail on that date. Some other capital projects, we got to redo some of our servers. We got $122,000 from the Rebuild Illinois grant for that. And then also Q Straight Quantum, we call them the Angel grass lifts, whatever. She's hiding back there. Before she left, this was her pet project. And we put in these Quantums restraints. What we've decided is we're going to put them in the 4 New Flyer buses. And then the new Proteras that we get will have these also put in them. That'll cost $75,000 for the 4 New Flyer buses. And then we really didn't want to put a new system into old buses, so we kind of, she didn't get her way completely, but most of the way. Some more maintenance equipment through the Rebuild Illinois grant, a DPF cleaning system. Do we currently contract that out, or what do they do with that? Yeah, so we've got
Half
our
that we
own.
can do, the other half we can't do. So this machine will connect the other machine that we have together, we can do the whole thing ourselves. Right? We're future buying all this stuff for our new building, because then the contractors will put it all in for us, because some of the machines are massive.
That should save us
Can I
money.
ask a question?
Oh, yeah, and we'll have the operational space too, so. Cleaning
What are you cleaning with them?
filters, and
Filters?
resetting the codes on the buses.
Right.
Whenever they trip codes, you go in there and you can reset them.
Good.
Yeah, it's basically a filter cleaning system, as it sucks in all the dirty air. And then you have to recharge them and re-clean them, and this machine will take care of
In
that.
other words, like a replacement shop.
It's kind of a weird way what it is.
Exactly.
It's a huge
It's
shop.
not-
It's kind of what it is.
Yeah.
It's a really good way to explain that, actually. It's a big shop.
Needs a lot more training than I do.
I won't touch it.
It's a nice system.
So with this meaning a decrease in personnel?
No,
But our people will be able to do it.
it'll probably decrease personnel
Using other
over
people,
time.
okay.
Yeah,
Oh,
Our personnel coming on site.
okay,
yeah, it'll take care of some of our contractor costs.
okay.
This other little gizmo, I'm guessing this is, or is
That's a brake lathe.
that the brake lathe? Yeah, guys needed a brake lathe to straighten out the brakes. And then the other is a air conditioner. Something for air conditioning, is that what that is?
Yeah, we're gonna get 2 new AC charging machines to charge
Oh,
our the Freon on the buses. This time of the year, strains them, so. Those I think we're actually gonna buy those pretty quick, because those actually aren't that expensive.
We're gonna get a camera system for the paratransit vehicles, $450,000 for that. We're gonna get some new support vehicles. Got 12 of those. Mainly they'll be supervisor vehicles. All of this came from the Rebuild Illinois grant. We're gonna do some work on in the bus section of the transit center down there. We did the lobby area last year. We're gonna put in some new benches, I don't think the signage is in this grant.
No.
But we're gonna open up the center walkway a little bit, put in some new benches, new bike racks.
Replace some of
And
the curves.
then we're also redoing the roof down there on the canopy. So that hopefully it'll hold solar panels if we can get everything done in time, so.
I'll try to explain that. I do,
Yeah.
one of the things on my list.
But we're getting rid of the rock, there's a rock roof down there now, and we're gonna get rid of that and put in a new high-tech system. So, be nice. The electric buses and charging station, hopefully get that started next week with your approval tonight. Then we're also going to look at, in our next Rebuild Illinois grant, maybe get some new fare boxes, be touchless and more automated. And we looked at it one time before I got here, I guess, but the price was a little high. But now that we can get this grant money, we're thinking maybe that'll be a way to go. Oh, we're also in the new rebuild grant, put a new roof on this building as well.
Is that gonna be tar and gravel or membrane or what?
It's a membrane.
Membrane.
We put down the styrofoam and then put a membrane on top of it. So,
Like the roof that I'm gonna talk about when I do one of the resolutions, that one holds the solar panels, the other ones don't. That's what we found out about the transit center.
it's just back to you now since it's all numbers.
Thank you, Doc.
All right, this is the one, we, every year we have to calculate our meal rate for our tax levy for the Peoria County area. This year, we based on our need, calculate, our proposed meal rate will be 11.46%, meaning, we have to have 11.46 cents per $100 assessed value. The next one is really the comparison for in the past, we kind of have increased the use of our tax levy due to the funding we needed. However, in the past 3 years, especially this year, we have a different funding from the COVID-19 related grants, such as the CARE Act, that kind of grant. So we decided to remain the same dollar amount. However, the percentage meal rate decreased a little bit. This is the final page for our presentation. In here, you can look at the left side is our source for our funding source to operate our operating expense and also our capital project, capital expenditure needed. So the first group, look at the yellow side. Yellow color, you will look at that local operating revenue. We propose we will get that $2.7 million. Majority is from our passenger fare. And also we have a contract with East Peoria, Pecan, and the Peoria County for some kind of intergovernment agreement. So I have a slightly minor revenue over there. And also we have a replacement tax, $200,000 advertising income. We propose have a $250,000 as revenue. And also we have some kind of miscellaneous, such as our interest income for all the bank balance. And also we have some kind of scrap sale. Like this time we have a huge auction through online. We just sold the record a couple of weeks ago. It's almost $46,000. Next section is we get funding from the FTA, federal funding. Some of it's from the CARE Act, American Rescue, and also Prevent Maintenance Grant, and that's a formula grant 5307. Also, we have a capital cost of contracting. Mainly, it's for the reimbursement in the paratransit operation side. Next, third section is our tax levy. As I mentioned before, we going to plan the levy the same dollar amount as last year. The last one is a big chunk, from the state. State provide 65% of the operating assistance for any type of eligible expense. So the total operating revenue with funding equals $35 million. The bottom one is mentioned about our big portion for our capital reserve and also FTA funding assistance just for the capital project side. FTA, they provide assistance for $7.1 million. And state, the major this time is provide us $18,111,000. Majority is for some kind of rebuild grant. The rebuild grant, I believe they have, this rebuild grant have a total in the state of Illinois, $355 million. They have 3 rounds. The first round we get a $16 million, a little bit over $16 million. So we actually come from our local reserve for our capital project in this kind of $25 million project, come out from our tax levy only $420,000. On your right hand side, it's talk about this funding, how we're going to use that. The first portion, the top portion, is used for the operating expense, such as the wage, benefit, service, material, casualty, miscellaneous, and contingency. The bottom one portion is for all our project, capital project we're going to have in the fiscal year 2022. Is there any question for this presentation?
Any questions, anybody? No.
Is that, with this presentation, staff recommend board approve, to fiscal year 2022 with the,
Now, we have to close the public hearing, right? You just finished the public hearing, right?
Correct.
Are you done with the public hearing part? Okay, we need to close that, right? Can I get a motion that we close the public hearing? Second, okay, all in favor?
Aye.
And now we need a motion to return to our regular board meeting.
I move.
Second, all in favor? Aye. Okay, now you want the regular part, right?
yes.
Okay.
I move approval.
Once you go through, okay? Okay.
Okay.
We heard it already, right?
Yes, you heard.
Okay, any
it.
questions though
Next
before we
meeting.
go, we ask for a motion? Any questions about the budget? An open meeting, any questions you have? Okay, no questions, okay, so you move, can I get a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, so, no, we have to do a roll call, I'm
That's
sorry,
what I thought.
because it's a big budget. Yes,
More than 25,000.
more than 20,
Okay.
oh, more than.
Trustee Wortham,
Approve?
trustee Lee,
Approve.
trustee Ayar,
Approve.
trustee Bell,
Approve.
trustee McBride approved. You got your money.
Thank you.
Christine, I want to thank you too, because believe it or not, I understood what you were saying. So that goes a long way, because I think we've been through this over and over and over again.
Yeah.
And I do understand, thank the staff for that, for money that, the rebuild money that we're able to get in order to change our facilities here. So you all are to be commended. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. Okay, we're ready for, yeah. Okay, resolution 2144, that will be made in his heifer. He has a heifer today.
She's not a helper. She's a project manager.
Okay.
The sheet. Okay, so the purpose of this summary is to recommend approval of the purchase and installation of the systems for the new operations and maintenance building phase A, the rear building, body shop and paint booth, and approve a new guaranteed maximum price. So the district issued invitation for bids requesting sealed bids for qualified and responsible vendors for the purchase and installation of all the systems to build a new building out back. 43 bids were received with respect to this solicitation. So I'm kind of just going to run through each one, just tell you which one's won and what it was and the amount. So the building of the retaining wall, Peoria Metro got that one, was $437,000. The next one was concrete unit masonry, so J.J. Breaker and Sons, $30,200. Our structural steel and fabrication, A&H Steel, $388,000. General Works, River City, got that bid, $341,000. The insulation for the metal wall panels, Western Specialty Contractors, $224,950. The roof, Western Specialty Contractors, $109,120. Fire protection was automatic fire sprinkler, $58,500. Plumbing, Dries Brothers Plumbing, $259,800. Mechanical and HVAC was Pitco, $342,700. Electrical systems was A&J Electric, $525,223. The excavation and earthwork and demo, NE Bench, $813,000. Site concrete paving, River City, $74,000. Site utilities, J.A. Rich was $60,000, and the alternate number one bid for the north lot demo over there for the parking lot So the house we tore down is in East Bench, $25,000. So the bids in the recommended columns were the most responsive and responsible bid, which included everything in the scopes that we put out and met all the requirements per River City's scope review meetings. They reviewed it all, said everything looked great.
You know, I'm gonna ask this question, I bet you are.
No,
Now, under general works, usually we do the lowest bid. What's the difference between River City and First Bill?
First Build Associates submitted a bid in the amount of $232,600, but after a complete scope review, it was brought to everyone's attention that they had not included certain aspects of that scope.
Okay,
That's why it was moved on.
okay.
That's why.
Any
Yeah,
other
let's go to
questions?
21.1, same question on fire protection.
Okay, so yes, sir, I'd say this. Ahern Fire Protection submitted a bid of $43,380. After a scope review, it was determined they had not included the underground fire protection and did not have all the required bid documents in theirs. That's why it was thrown out.
You know, this is absolutely wonderful that you all are paying this kind of attention to detail. Well, yeah,
That's what we have.
that you are paying this kind of attention to details. And because at first glance, it looks like we're spending too much, but we could spend a lot more in the long run if you all weren't paying attention. So thank you both.
Maxine,
I have a question.
Yes.
First of all, I don't have any of those documents in front of me, and I can't see that. But I do have one question. It really applies, hang on to that, I don't need it now.
No, you can have it. I got tons and tons of copies.
I didn't get a packet. But
You did?
the question I have, do all these companies meet prevailing rate language?
They all had to
That's
sign
all
the
I have.
documentation confirming that, yes.
Just want to make sure.
And what about DBE?
Yes, so we had, out of these contractors that we are asking for recommendation, we had 7 that are going to fit the DBE requirements. I'm still working through the percentages with each one of them. Some of them were just like women-owned or man-owned, so we're still working through how they would fit into the IDOT.
As long as we're paying attention to it.
Once I have all that, next month's board will let you know.
Great, thank you so much. Thank you.
So,
I lost mine.
Are you looking for a motion?
So it is recommended the Board of Trustees award the purchase and installation of the individual bid packages per the above recommendations for the new operation and maintenance facilities of Phase A, the rear building, and approve a new guaranteed maximum price of $4,754,442.04.
okay.
I move approval of that.
Can I get a second? Sharon,
Trustee Wortham,
approved.
trustee Lee,
Approved.
trustee Ahern,
Approved.
trustee Bell,
Approved.
trustee McBride approved.
Okay, thank you, Nick. Next.
You can stay up here and help me explain what's other things.
I'm not sure what the other thing was.
Before you get started, I know that some of us are aware, but you may want to talk a little bit about what drove these change orders so that we can make sure we're all on the same page and how beneficial it's going to be.
We're gonna do that one. That one's next, the C-SCAD. Okay,
So now we have resolution 2145, right?
Okay.
That's a change order.
this one's, we're both probably gonna have to explain this, it's kind of difficult to do, so just, I'll try my best. So the purpose of this summary is to authorize a change order of $194,077.65 to avail for C-SCAD services for the full outsourcing of the scheduling function to implement the COA and acquisition to what's called HASTIS, High C-SCAD scheduling software for 5 years. C-SCAD is the managing group, HASTIS is the software.
Right.
Okay. So C-SCAD will work with CityLink to implement the COA based on the report by Nelson Nygaard that we did a year and a half, 2 years ago. The existing CityLink network is already configured in our HASTIS system. This was previously used to import all of our scheduling and route data into the Avail system. However, the COA implementation will require adjusting a few different route definitions, like the route and bus stop adjustments, time point assignments, run allocations, things like that. So phase 1 of this resolution is the COA implementation outsourcing not to exceed $23,860.10. The second half of this is purchase access to the Hastis by CSCED scheduling software for 5 years. So pretty much what all this breaks down to is Hastis by CSCED licensed software is $170,217.10. CSCED services will replace Remix, which we have now. It's going to replace that scheduling software with this one, because what we have found out is Remix does not play well with Avail, and that has been some of the reasons why Avail has taken so long to gain momentum. So we need this scheduling software to import everything we have, create the possible new routes, then it's all gonna take off.
Better technology, right?
It's more updated and it's more compatible. That's the best way to.
I just have a question. Will this also help paratransit?
They have their own scheduling software.
I'm just asking.
Mhm.
They have their own.
EcoLane, right, Angel? Yep, EcoLane. Yeah, they have their own scheduling software.
Okay.
This will help us with the main.
Okay, with the main.
Yeah.
So it has nothing to do with getting past paratransit updated.
They have the most updated technology. It's
We
just-
do.
Yeah.
I'm just wondering.
Yeah, she's just trying to get it off the ground, right, Angel?
Okay, all right. Any more questions?
Hope I explained that the best I could. It's
Any
just so
more
many
questions
acronyms
about
and
the
it's such.
change order?
Yeah, it started sounding funny too.
No,
Any
CSCED.
questions?
So it is recommended that the Board of Trustees authorizes the general manager to execute a change order with Avail for the COA implementation, outsourcing, and Hastis by CSCED license for 5 years in an amount not to exceed $194,077.65.
Jennifer Lee moves approval.
So, go ahead, Eric. Questions? Second.
Sharon?
Okay.
roll
Trustee Wortham,
call. Approve.
trustee Lee,
Approved.
trustee Ahern,
Approved.
trustee Bell,
Approved.
and trustee McBride. Motion passed.
Okay, now resolution
Nice job.
2146.
Okay, so this one is Proterra. He's gonna give you like a little picture. Okay, so we're gonna talk about these. So the purpose of this summary is to authorize a change order for $116,387 to Proterra for design changes and installation of our chargers and dispensing equipment for a new location in the south garage. So recently, during discussions with staff, our design firm Muller and Proterra, the agreed upon location for the charging units with Proterra, we decided we need to relocate those. So pretty much what happened was a couple months ago, the engineers from Muller came, and like Doug was talking about, the south building that's outside, that is going to stay. It's gonna be demoed, it's gonna be gutted, that's gonna be just bus storage eventually for the buses. So we were out there and they asked us, where the charger's gonna go for electric buses? And we're like, we're gonna put them along the wash bay wall, because that wall's not moving. They're like, if you move them over here, you will actually save an entire lane, so it becomes more efficient when it comes to bus parking. You put them on a south wall in the south building that is actually going to stay, you don't lose a lane. And by doing this and relocating them, we will save money later on when we go to rewire that entire building, because they're gonna put junction boxes along the wall. So whenever they come in from the electrical room, the new building, they'll come over and they'll be able to go into this junction box. From there, they can spider out and rewire the entire building versus running it all the other side of the building, all the way back. This will save us money later. So that's why we need to move the buses from one wall to the other wall. So it is recommended that the Board of Trustees authorizes the general manager to execute a change order with Proterra to relocate our dispensing and charging equipment in an amount not to exceed $116,387.
Jennifer Lee moves approval.
Second,
Roll call.
We can't use
Trustee
chargers at
Wortham?
Hy-Vee.
Approve.
No.
trustee Lee,
Approved.
trustee Ahern,
Approved.
trustee Bell,
Approved.
trustee McBride.
Approved. Those Teslas in.
And now resolution 2147.
So, okay, so this is, the purpose of this summary is to authorize the replacement of the transit center canopy roof. So we issued an IFB for responsible and responsive vendors to come in and give us our bid for how they would replace the roof and dispose the current roof at the transit center downtown. We asked to replace it with what is called a modified bituminous membrane roofing system. It is a word none of us can say. So pretty much this roofing system, you get rid of all the rock, like Doug was talking about, and you put on the styrofoam, the metal, and it basically becomes layers. This roof, we chose this roof for a lot of reasons. One, it could hold solar panels. It's pretty much going to be, some of the roofing systems are going to go on the new building, and it'll last 30 years. So that's why we want to choose this one. It's very low maintenance. There's other roofs out there, but this one, no maintenance. Pretty much lasts the useful life of the building. So future plans with the solar array downtown have stalled until we can get this fixed. There's a few structural things that will go along with fixing this. So the transit center canopy roof will be secure, sturdy, pretty much brand new roof, and it can hold the solar panels. So it is recommended that the board award Kryling Roofing, to the ones that won the bid, to proceed with the replacement of the transit center canopy roof for an amount of $665,700.
I'm sorry, I don't, who else bid against him? I don't see it in my packet. Is it here? No one else bid against him?
It's what's called a Garland roofing system.
Yeah.
It's a very, very unique system. Not
Yeah, I
a
know
lot
it's
of companies
specific.
do this.
I was only looking at the other roofing and how much higher Kryling was than the other roofing people. But if no one else bid, what can we do?
In order to move forward with the solar array, we have to fix the roof because we're not about to put solar panels on that roof
Sure.
without fixing it.
When we save money on utilities because of that. Eventually.
With our solar panels, we will.
Oh, yeah, no.
They're talking 40 to 50% possible savings, I think, a year just on electrical costs down there.
Okay.
And whatever we don't use, it gets sold back into the grid with Ameren.
Okay.
So there's all kinds of savings here. And we're gonna set up the same way for the new building also, for the solar panels systems. So,
Motion to approve.
Okay, got a motion to approve, got a second?
Second.
Okay. Roll call. You have
My
a question?
second roof in a month. Mine was kind of cheaper at home though.
No, I know it was. Okay,
Trustee Wortham,
approved.
trustee Lee,
Approved.
trustee Aaron,
Approved.
trustee Bell,
Approved.
trustee McBride approved.
Well, thank you, Nick. You've got a lot of work to watch there, right? Okay. Next, our financial report for May.
All right, for the June, actually, for the May 2021 financial activity, in May, we have a slightly overspending of our budget. It's 0.61% more than our monthly projection. The main reason is because we paratransit transportation service. We try to catch up with invoice. They kind of late invoice us. So instead of pay 1 month, we pay 2 months in this month. The major operating expense for May, as usual, from the payroll, salary, benefit, and also paratransit service purchase. Therefore, staff recommend board trustee approve May operating expense in the amount of $2,828,753.44.
So moved.
I'll second.
Roll call.
I've got a
You
question
have a question? Okay.
for Angel. I noticed there were a lot of bills and that in for transit. Was that just matter of timing the last month?
Yes,
Ended at the end? Yeah.
yes, we had some challenges getting the software to build correctly, and there still may be some adjustments in the next few months in terms of it wasn't calculating all of our revenue hours correctly. all the invoices are up to date. I submitted the June one last week. So as far as the monthly invoices, they'll be on, there should be set to be on time going forward.
Trustee Wortham,
Approved.
trustee Lee,
Approved.
trustee Daniel,
Approved.
trustee Bell,
Approved.
trustee McBride.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Okay, we're done with all our business. Can I get a, before I do that, just a reminder of future meetings. We'll be meeting 5:30 on Monday, July 12th, and Monday, August 9th. Can I get a motion
You
for
got it.
a second? All in favor of adjourning our meeting tonight? Aye, thank you. Okay. Look at you, good job.
Thanks. I
And
couldn't say,
it's dangerous when I think I know what I'm hearing.
I couldn't say, I'm all in. I couldn't say that word again.
But I tell you, I already had done about it.
Just gonna keep looking at the light.
I can't